Hello everyone, Pratima here. So the OnePlus 13 from last year, this phone was something that I could recommend to anyone looking for a flagship experience at almost half the price. And with the new OnePlus 15, it looks like they are continuing that same proven strategy. The OnePlus 15 has launched for some 73,000 rupees a couple of days ago, but with the introductory offers, you can get it for 69,000 rupees. However, if we look at the current scenario, there is just a lot of competition right now, like a lot. But despite the competition, I believe OnePlus is sitting in that sweet spot yet again. I do have one minor critique which I'll talk about later, but overall the OnePlus 15 here looks like another killer value this year. But before talking about all of that, let's see what you get inside the box. Okay, so the OnePlus 15 comes in the usual OnePlus packaging. First, we have a cover and a quick start guide, which nobody reads. There, it's a color matching cover. And then we have the phone itself. We have it in this ultra violet color option, which looks really cute. There. And then we have a 120-watt charger inside. Here, it's a large brick. And then we have a cable. Okay, first up, I really like this year's design. OnePlus has moved away from the OnePlus 13 design, which was already good, but the OnePlus 15 just looks better and more refined. Now, every brand is going for flat frames and that flatter unibody look, and so has OnePlus. But the OnePlus 15 for me now looks more cleaner and mature. It's also more compact now and feels very premium on the hands. It does look a bit like the OnePlus 13s, and I think this is a good thing because it gives OnePlus a sense of brand identity, and I hope that they keep this look for a few more years. By the way, I also have this infinite black color variant with me, which I think looks absolutely stunning. I love that it's a very deep dark shade of black, and it's also got that classic sand finish, kind of like the old OnePlus 1 and the OnePlus 2. But again, if you're not into black, the other color options look great too, but personally this one has so much character. More importantly, one thing which I think the gamers will appreciate is that it's not as top heavy as most other camera centric phones, hence the weight distribution is spot on. So it's easily an A+ for the design from OnePlus this year. But probably the best thing about the OnePlus 15 is the overall experience you get with this phone. And to have that best experience, you need to basically nail three things. First, you need a great display. Second, you need great performance. And third, you need excellent software integration. And honestly, in all of these three areas, the OnePlus 15 isn't just an A+, it's an A++. Let's start with the display, and let me tell you, it's superb. This is actually one of the only mainstream flagship phones with a 165Hz refresh rate, and you can immediately feel it. Everything just feels more fluid, more responsive than other phones. OnePlus is also using a dedicated touch response chip which allows for an instant 3200Hz touch sampling rate, which OnePlus says is the industry's highest, and I am glad to report that this is not a gimmick. While gaming, this could actually make a difference. Likewise, the brightness here is top-notch. It can get really dim too. Colors are excellent right out of the box, and you get support for Dolby Vision, HDR10+, high PWM dimming, TUV Rainland certification for eye comfort. Basically, it has every feature you would expect from a high-end flagship. And what really enhances the experience on OnePlus phones is the haptic feedback. Every time I adjust brightness, change the volume, or even scroll through photos in the gallery, there's this subtle, precise vibration. It's those small touches that make the whole experience feel so nice. The new Oxygen OS 16, it's even more fluid than before and actually offers quite a usable AI experience. The RAM management is the best I have seen on a smartphone. Even jumping back to something that I opened 3 hours ago, it's just instant. I just came from reviewing the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max and the Vivo X300 Pro, and the OnePlus 15 simply feels faster. I don't know if it's the animations, the optimization, or just how well the software is working together with the hardware, but OnePlus just feels faster than most phones. Likewise, what I've always loved about OnePlus phones is the small little features. For example, the AI article summarizer, which not only scans the portion of the page but the whole article and gives me a short summary. Then there's the AI image editor, which is really good this time. The global search has also been improved. It's fast, it uses AI to pull results from across the system. I absolutely also like the file dock feature, and with the new Oxygen OS, we also get something called Mindspace that's integrated with Gemini. Basically, if I long press the side button here, I can quickly record a short voice note or single press to take a screenshot of something interesting that I find online, and Mindspace then automatically stores and organizes everything. My notes, my voice messages, saved moments, all in one place. What's cool is that instead of giving a generic AI response, it actually pulls up data from Mindspace and gives you a personalized answer. Okay, moving on, the OnePlus 15 is also the first phone in India to feature Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chip, and OnePlus has added a few extra touches on top of that to make this phone one of the fastest phones that you can buy right now. First, it's got a really good cooling system, which includes an aerogel layer on the front, a 3D VC cooling in the middle, and a white graphite layer on the back cover. Second, it comes with the fastest RAM available on any smartphone today. And because of all of this, the overall sustained performance here is excellent. I haven't faced any heating issues even under heavy usage. In gaming too, the average FPS and 5% lows are rock solid here. Games like PUBG Mobile and Mobile Legends easily run at a smooth 120 FPS without breaking a sweat, and even heavy titles like Genshin Impact run with great smoothness. The 5% lows are actually quite nice, as you can see from our tests. The OnePlus 15 is also the first phone to officially support 165Hz refresh rate in Call of Duty, and in PUBG Mobile you can achieve 165 FPS through frame interpolation. No other phone currently does that. OnePlus is also claiming the highest gyroscope DPS on any smartphone, which should make the motion aiming in PUBG and similar shooters more accurate. In real-world usage, it feels very responsive. So overall, for gaming, this is the phone to beat right now. By the way, there's even a dedicated Wi-Fi chip here, and on my test, I was getting a stable signal even from 3 floors away, while the iPhone 17 Pro and the Galaxy S25 Ultra had already lost connection. Another aspect where I think this OnePlus 15 absolutely deserves an award is the battery life. I think this phone should win the best battery smartphone test, which I am conducting next week, so stay tuned for that. Here we are getting a 7300 mAh battery, and thanks to the excellent optimization of Oxygen OS and the efficiency of the LTPO display, the endurance is just insane. Even on heavy days like when I'm clicking photos and shooting videos for 2 or 3 hours, I am still getting around 12 hours of screen on time. And on a day when I'm gaming, doing long messenger video calls and watching videos for like 2 to 3 hours straight, I still end up with 12 to 13 hours of screen on time with around 20 to 25% battery left at the end of the day. That's crazy. I recently switched from the Vivo X300 Pro, which already has a solid 6500 mAh battery, but this is on another level. Easily a 2-day battery phone for moderate users. And for charging, this 120-watt SuperVOOC charger will fill the battery from 0 to 100% in about 35 to 40 minutes. Alright, so now it's time to talk about the cameras, and the first change here is there is no Hasselblad partnership like we got on previous OnePlus phones, and OnePlus says that they are now using their self-developed Detail Max engine. I haven't tested the cameras a lot, but with some of the samples that I have taken, in good lighting you can get some crisp shots with nice details. The output is quite punchy this time around. The greens and the reds especially stand out. A lot of people prefer punchy colors over muted tones, so I will let you guys decide how you feel about the colors from this camera. I like the saturated punchy output from its main camera during the night though. The phone does an excellent job of number 1 maintaining highlights, number 2 producing eye-pleasing colors, and number 3 cleaning up the noise. You get cleaner pictures at night, which is something a lot of phones struggle in low lighting situations. Like last year, there's a 50 megapixel 3.5x telephoto lens too, and let me tell you, this lens can click excellent macros, okay? The kind of perspective that this 85mm lens gives you is just amazing. Just look at this image of these droplets on this leaf, gorgeous detailing, love it. The portraits from this telephoto lens are nice too, good subject separation and blur, but here you get a slight red tint on the face, and we also have that red tint in the selfies too. I mean, the details, the field of view, everything is on point, but I would really be thankful if OnePlus could fix that red tint with an update. Knowing OnePlus, they do take updates seriously, so I am hopeful that they will listen to my feedback. Okay, when it comes to videos, this is the first Android phone with 4K 120fps Dolby Vision playback and recording, and I was not expecting the videos at 120fps to be stable at all, but I was surprised to see that the 120fps footage is actually quite nice. Most of the time, I shot at 4K 30 or 60fps, and the videos are good for general usage with decent stabilization and punchy color reproduction. Same with the selfie videos, they are stable with nice punchy contrast. So yeah, apart from the few ifs and buts in the camera, I think the OnePlus 15 will yet again be the best value flagship phone, just like last year's OnePlus 13. For me, the best thing about this phone is that you are getting the best overall Android experience. You're also getting probably the best battery life on any smartphone, and everything else here is so well balanced too. The gamers will especially appreciate the higher FPS support, the separate display chip and the Wi-Fi chip actually give you a good, smooth gaming experience. By the way, the OnePlus 15 sale has already started, and if you're thinking of getting one, check out my affiliate link in the description. It will be a lot helpful to the channel, and I will also be coming up with an in-depth review sometime in the coming days along with a few comparison videos, so stay tuned for that.